Hi there, my awesome friends. So today I hope you're going to join me for a little bit of fun. We are going to be using all our scraps from previous tutorials, and I hope you're going to enjoy creating something fun with me. So in the past I did mark making. You can see this is a nice little grid. This kind of looks like a spider's web, but we're going to use whatever you have for the background and cover your card with 30 micron tape, even if it is plain. Okay, here we have a whole lot of scraps and some lovely embossed words. For the South African friends, I do sell the embossed words. But anyway, let's have a look at what we've got. So there are scraps of embossed card using the embossing machine, which I've now colored with alcohol ink, and I'm going to buff them to bring out the design a little bit more. Okay, and here's the other ones. So remember, the embossed card, sorry, not the embossed card, the embossed tape is your thicker tape, your 70 micron tape. So it's a bit like pewter, much thicker. And here we go. Just highlights everything nicely if you give it a gentle rub. Wipe it with the lappy. There you go. Alright, so this is the fourth time I'm doing this tutorial. It has been one interruption after the other, so hopefully we can get through this now. These were the original little cards that I made in my first attempt at recording, and this is kind of what we're going to do. Little patchwork cards with lots of interest and detail. Okay, so already prepped with your 30 micron thin metal tape, and we've got all our little bits and pieces here, which we are going to use. Let's get started. So, I actually really enjoy using my bits and pieces. Without too much thought, just place your scraps down. And just wanted to mention to you, this is a little piece of stenciled thin metal tape. You can see it's much thinner than your 70 micron tape, and I'm going to use this mostly first before we carry on with your thicker one. I'll tell you why. It's better to place your 70 micron tape over your 30 micron tape rather than vice versa. So I'm just trying to see, cut that nice little flower there, and maybe a strip. Now, as you know, I like making two cards at a time. And we'll do that today so you can see how they transform before your eyes. Okie dokie, here we go. Now, as you can see, I'm not really thinking too much about where I'm making a placement. And let's do this one. And it really is helpful to use your craft knife to remove the backing from your tape. Okay, so we've got a bit of that, and now let's see where we're going. I had already got a piece of this yellow patterned tape, so let's put a little piece of this down, and you can see now I'm overlapping onto my other thin tape. And see, I'm not thinking too much about where things are going to go. And let's have a look. I've got some of this green. I think a bigger piece of green. And there we go. Green. Now here you can see I'm not really overlapping. I'm just getting to the edge of the other piece where I place it down. I find you can overlap like I have done here. It's really up to you, but it just lies flatter if you don't overlap the thick tape, but it's really optional, whatever you like doing for you. And I'm trying to see what other color we should use here. Maybe some of this. And I kind of like some bigger strips. Now, often you only have little pieces like this left from previous tutorials, and I just throw everything in a box to use later. There's always something you can make with the bits and pieces. Oh, I don't really want that. Oh, I don't really want that. Okay. I realize I don't know if I want to line blue up right next to green. That is my dilemma at the moment. And I want this a little bit straighter. Okay, let's get away from the blues and get back to our oranges and red bits and pieces that we might have. There you go. Here's another piece of red. So we're not covering the whole background, but I like to cover the entire card so that I have some working space, if you know what I mean. And here I'm going to cheat and lift that up. Place that down. Kind of like the way that looks. And we need something else here. I'm not sure if I want that. So let's see, we've also got this lovely little goodie. Can we use it? No, don't feel like using that. Maybe a piece of this one. And this one I hadn't used the buff on. Once again, the buff just brings out the design. And quite like that. And what are we doing on this one? So some of them I'm joining, in other words, lining up to the edges, and others I'm overlapping. Whatever floats your boat. That one looks quite cool. Now this one, I think I need something on the edge there. So let's have a see what we have. Oh, got a piece of this scrap. I really love this embossing folder. It's so cool. It's really one of my favorite things is to use the bits and pieces of junk that you would otherwise just throw away. And let's have a look at this one. That's a nice piece. So I did not use the Sharpie to color this. I actually used black alcohol ink because it's a little bit more permanent than the Sharpie, just for your info. And let's have a look here. I can just remove the backing for you. I quite like that. And let's see something else small. I think another piece of this interesting stuff. Little square. That's cute. And this one, you think we need something else here? I think maybe also just a little bit of this interesting. And I think we've got a bit of gap here, we've got a little bit of gap there, and I'm not really going to do anything else. So you can see your background still sticking out, and we've added a little bit of this and that all over our little card. And let's trim it with our scissors. Much easier to trim with scissors than it is with your craft knife, because you've embossed the 70 micron tape. The craft knife is inclined to hook it. So rather trim with scissors. Okay, and this one. And also for my South African friends, all of these embossed patterns, I do sell embossed sheets on 70 micron tape if you are looking for your embossed patterns. They are really great for some of your projects that you do, the bigger projects. So now we have two little cards that we prepped, and then just using an old credit card or loyalty card, we are going to smooth them down, not too hard because you don't want your patterns to be flattened completely, but you do want to make sure that there's no hooky pieces sticking up. Okay, using our pewter tool, I'm outlining the blank areas that we didn't put anything on. And here we go. Let's do this one. A little bit of stitching on the edges. Obviously you don't have to do that, but you know me and my stitching. One of my favorite techniques. Kind of finishes everything off. So how cute is that? And then this one, same thing. And I'm only stitching the edge. Okay, so there you've got a bit of your pattern sticking out. And here we have also the little grid pattern sticking out. Really is sweet and simple and very effective. So now we have two little cards. Sorry, I just want to trim this one a fraction here at the back. Still overlapping just a little bit. There you go. And we're going to add some words. So let's have a look. We have fun. Fun. I'm just turning it around to see where I want to put it. I kind of like that. Let's see. We are wise. Do I want a bigger one? Put it over there. So just play around until you are quite happy with where you want to place your word. Maybe there. Nope. Maybe there. Nope. Where's that fun word that I had? Of course, don't think I can find it on this desk with all these little bits and pieces here. There's fun. I think we should use fun. Here's some fun. fun. And no, we don't want to use that word. Wise. We wise. About wise. Nope. I'm just playing until I'm happy with something that I like. What about there? And now my husband has to make a noise. I give up. Let's put wise there. Okay, here we go. So we are wise, wise, and we'll place it there. That one's done, and this one is fun. Have some fun, and put fun. Where are we going to put fun? There. I don't know, I suppose you could put more than one word if you wanted to, but we're going to leave it at that. So here we have wise and fun, fine and special. Please comment which one is your favorite, and I hope to see what you create.